Today we're going to talk about a really interesting community called Costa del Este. It's basically a suburb of Panama City. It's got so much to offer and is quite different from so many of the other places you might consider settling. One of the things that's so interesting about Costa del Este is that part of the land is reclaimed from the dirt that was dug out of the Panama Canal. This community was begun around the mid-90s, so it's fairly new and it's a fully planned community. On this video, we're going to take you for a little walk around. We're going to show you the mall, which is very impressive. We're going to show you some housing. We're going to talk about pricing, both with buying and with renting. And I know that's what you guys are really anxious to see.
Okay, so let's take a look at Costa del Este, East Coast, that would be the English pronunciation of that, of Panama City. It's a really amazing area. I mean, as you take a look at this, it's going to be really simple for you to go, wow, I'm in Boca Raton, or I'm in Fort Lauderdale, or Miami Beach. You could be anywhere in the United States.
Absolutely. There are so many people who embrace the culture and the vibe of Panama with all of its roughness, I guess, if you could call it that. But if you're not one of those people and you like to see those nice smooth sidewalks, great accessibility, lovely high-end malls like this, and you want to feel like you're still in the United States, in Florida, anywhere like that, this is a great community for you because you totally can feel like you're in Florida while you're in Costa del Este.
Yeah, now one big caveat, if you're looking for a place and you're on a limited budget and you're sort of scrimping and you go, okay, if I go to Panama, I can have a decent standard of living, this area would not be for you. Maybe you can find some amazing deal, but generally speaking, as you'll see, this is an expensive area. This is the second highest valued area other than Avenida Balboa, which is right downtown, on the Malecon, right on the ocean, where all the hotels are. This is not a cheap area. We're gonna go through some houses and condos and give you an idea of what they are and what the costs are and stuff, and you'll see. So,
yeah, and I mean, it's right at the city. It's basically a suburb of Panama City, which is great because you don't have a lot of distance even when you want to go into town. But it has its own large square, this beautiful mall. It's got several communities around it, more than a dozen living communities with high rises, with gated community homes. It's really got everything you could want.
So that's the mall, and these are the condos around the mall and business buildings. This is a planned community, and it's definitely a high-end one. I think you probably get the impression of that by now. We're going to leave here and walk up to one of the 6 gated communities. This is, standalone housing in Costa del Este. So where is this? Well, this is where it is in relationship to Panama City itself. If you look up toward the north, you're going to see the airport, Tocumen. That's the airport. Down here is Casco Viejo, Old Town. We showed you a video of that. And right here would be Avenida Balboa, Avenue Balboa, which is, where all the hotels are. It's the really pretty area along the waterfront business district. It's great. So Costa del Este is pretty much in the middle between the airport and Old Town. Let's zoom in a little bit more and give you an idea. As you can see, the orange roofs, those are the gated communities. This is the mall that we're zooming into that you just saw and we walked through. And what we're going to do is we're going to walk out of the mall and we're going to walk up the street and then we're going to go up to the community right at the top of the screen right now, which is the orange roofs. This is Azul. It's just one of, again, 6 or 7 communities, gated communities that are in here. We couldn't film inside. We walked around in there. They were nice enough to let us walk around because we said, hey, we were interested in buying. but they wouldn't let us film in there. And we had a nice conversation with the guards. They were very, very friendly. And we were asking, like, well, so what's it costing here? 400, 500, 600, somewhere in there? And they go, yeah, it's pretty much sort of that area. And we thought, okay, well, that's fine. Seems like it would be appropriate for what we were looking at. They're really beautiful homes. But that actually wasn't the price, as you'll see. This is what it cost in Azul with that particular place. This is the lowest listing that they have at the moment, $730,000. As you can see, everything else is higher than that. Take a look on the right-hand part of the screen. See where it says 794 M2, 794 M2, 271 M2. That's square meters. For an easy reference, just throw a 0 on that and that'll be square feet. It'll be bigger than that, but roughly. 320 becomes 3,200 square feet.
And round it up a bit.
Yeah, these are big places. So this place is for rent for $3,500 a month. 4 bedroom, 4 bath, 5,400 square feet. We're gonna go through this. This particular unit, 5,400 square feet. When we get to the end, what do you think it's going to go for if you wanted to buy it? Because there'll be a sale price at the end of this. I'm just curious if you can pick that out.
Down, 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 down.
Now, one of the things about this area is they have underground wiring, as I understand, right?
Well, they do. When you walk down the street and look around, you see everything is so nice and clean looking. It's got nice street lighting. It's really nice.
Yeah, that's because, the whole area wasn't there up until 1995. So it's a relatively recent phenomenon, and it's gorgeous. It really is. All right, so what do you think? What would it go for? $800,000. $200 is the association fee a month. That's pretty cheap.
The HOA is very low.
Yeah, I mean, which is great, but 800 grand, not so low. That's what I meant. If you're on a limited budget, yeah, this wouldn't be the place.
So Costa del Este is very walkable, and there are also buses that make everything very accessible. So you really don't need to have a car living here.
Yeah, that's a good plus. And there's nightlife, there's restaurants, there's shops, there's all the usual stuff that you'd be in a place.
And only 12 kilometers to the airport. That's a very small Uber fee.
Yeah, even from downtown, it's not that big of a fee, but from here it'll be like half that. It's really pretty here too. I mean, there's a lot of condos. And as we mentioned early on, if you're gonna get a 1-bedroom condo, it's gonna, if you wanted to buy it, roughly around 250 grand. That's the starting price. You're gonna be in the realm.
And you're catching a glimpse on the left here of the Malecon, so you can walk along the ocean for quite a long way in Costa del Este. One thing I might mention to you is many people speak English here. So if you have trouble communicating in Spanish, this is a very white-collar neighborhood, and you probably will have no trouble finding people to understand you in English.
It was really pretty. We'll just give you a little bit more of it and just be quiet and you get the idea. This was a cool park right on the water. It was neat that this guy was all by himself too, with a little baby, just walk around with his son or daughter.
Yeah, just taking in the view, taking her for a walk. It was really sweet. If you happen to be living here by the ocean, I think it's a great idea to learn about the tides. You can see the tide is out here. It's interesting. And you get some organic vapors as well when it's out. Without making a purchase commitment, you could start looking at renting, and that would set you at about $1,300 or $1,400 a month. You may find something a little lower, but you could definitely go higher, even up to $7,000 a month. But that's going to get you a real luxury, large apartment suite. Generally, I think you're going to be looking at around $2,000 a month for a rental. Really, it depends on where and how you're looking for these listings. A lot of places cater to expats, and they will present to you places that they think are more suitable of what you're looking for. And then there are others that cater more to locals, and you may see different types of offerings and different types of pricing. What's really great to know is in Costa del Este, you really do get what you pay for in that community. Don't forget to subscribe. It really helps make our videos more available to more people.
Come back and see us again soon.